We'll start with our one hot take. No, I'm going to flip it, actually. I want to do that. I want to save that for last.
Okay.
Our one win total hot take. So it basically is a win total that has plus 250 odds or higher. And I can give mine first. The Commanders to hit 12 wins or higher is plus 300 odds. They're my team. I trust in Jaden Daniels. I have them winning exactly 12 games, which meets the bar. And so I was like, why would I not pick this one? There are concerns defensively. There are concerns with their age, like I've talked about, which is why, even though they won 12 last year, this is still, not the most favorable bet for them to hit 12 wins again. But I'm going to trust.
I can go and do mine. My win total hot take is the Raiders under 3.5 wins. That is an insane take, I'm aware, but I don't.
He's accusing me of being divisive and rage baiting.
No,
man.
but
He pops this out. That's crazy.
Both of them, to
I
be honest.
am not a huge fan of Geno Smith. I think that he benefited a lot last year from the I consider elite wide receiver in Jackson Smith and Jigba. He also had DK Metcalf and aging Tyler Lockett. So I don't love him in the Raiders. I don't love his weapons outside of Brock Bowers. We've talked about this.
He's got Jacoby Myers. He's got Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he does.
Deontay Thornton's going to have a shockingly good rookie year. He's coming on
Trey
strong.
Tucker.
He's got a 4.3 speed. So Jack
right.
Beck.
Jack Beck is a great one. Michael Mayer is still there.
I also
Ashton
think
Genty.
Ashton Genty is there. I actually accidentally left him out in my Raiders TikTok. I had to edit that part out because I think my quote was, I don't like the Raiders backfield, and I just wasn't thinking, and I edited that part out because that was just a bozo sentence.
You're not even mentioning the biggest name, DJ Glaze, their starting right tackle.
I think the Raiders also suffer from playing in a division that has a team I'm very high on in the Broncos, my team, the Los Angeles Chargers, who I expect to be good, and then the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's automatically 6 losses. I think all 3 of those teams are going to go 2-0 against the Raiders.
I think you could have taken under 4.5 wins, and it would have.
It wouldn't have been. Odds. It wouldn't have been plus. Would it have been plus 250?
100%.
It probably wouldn't have been plus 500.
Double check.
I think my issue is I was trying to get it plus 500. That may have been my.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have taken under 4.5 and it would have been plus 400. You could not have taken under 5.5.
All right, well then we'll change it to under 4.5 because that meets the criteria of.
Okay.
JP's rule was for this hot take, the odds had to be plus 250 or higher. So I'm going to change my take to under 4.5 wins.
Yet you've predicted under 2.5.
Well, that's
plus 1,600.
No, this is my final take. Those are not my. This is what I'm saying is my final take, and I'm predicting under 4.5 wins for the Raiders.
Okay, but you're really predicting 2 wins, officially.
The people can't see the spreadsheet. They don't know that.
JP, what's your win total hot take?
For me, it's the Chicago Bears over 10.5 wins at plus 380. I also kind of debated putting the Detroit one here as well.
You've got them winning 6 games?
Yeah, under 6.5 wins, which I've actually bet that, and just because I like the value on it. But I have the Chicago Bears over 10.5. I've done both. The Lions under 6.5 was plus 600, but Chicago over 10.5 is plus 380, and that's the one I picked. I think they'll go 11-6. I don't expect any higher, but I think the schedule works out for them. I think offensively they're going to be a lot better. There's so many weapons there that I just don't see how. I'm still high on Caleb Williams. With how many weapons there are, I just don't see how that offense is not prolific.
Sure.
The only real question is the running back room, which will lead into my next hot take. But with DeAndre Swift, Roshan Johnson, and Kyle Monengai, which I just butchered his name, but offensively, so many weapons. DJ Moore, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland.
Rome Odunze.
I didn't even mention him. I just think that offense is going to be too good to not get up to 11 wins.
Yeah, my only concern there is I do expect the offense to find its form at some point, but if it takes time, do they lose a lot of games early on and then get hot down the stretch and not quite hit that total? Because I agree the weapons are there all day. I'm just interested to see if it hits the ground running or takes some time to gel is simply what I'm worried about.
Sure.
Our one hot take. This is a take that has plus 500 or higher odds according to FanDuel.
Mine does not, but I think we're going to...
I'll go ahead and say mine.
Sure.
Because it relays off the one I just had. I think DeAndre Swift, I've bet him to be a 1,000-yard rusher. I'm not surprised if that happens. He's done that before, but I'm going to take him to go plus 1250 on rushing yards this year. And that is because there's really no other back that's going to get a big workload, I think, for Chicago outside of Kyle, the 7th-round pick out of Rutgers. So for me, I'm going to take DeAndre Swift to go over 1,250 rushing yards. I think he's just going to get the ball a lot because he is the lead back there.
Sure.
That's plus 700. I have not bet that. I've only bet the over 1,000.
I think the over 1,000 one's a bit of a safer bet.
That one is still not even it's not a favored one. It's a plus money.
Gotcha.
That is plus 200.
Nice. Good day to you, Brian, as well from Australia. I can get into mine. I have Michael Penix to go over 30 passing touchdowns. The odds are hit the mark perfectly at plus 500, so I meet the criteria. I think the biggest concern if this season doesn't go very well for Michael Penix is going to be from a accuracy standpoint and a turnover standpoint, but he's going to sling the ball. He's not going to be scared to throw it, so I think he's going to throw a ton of touchdowns, even if there are some downside and risky throw moments. I'm not too worried about him just lighting it up positively in the statistical category. So I have him throwing. I tried to find 35 plus passing touchdowns, to be honest. I couldn't find the odds on that, but this fit the criteria, so I'll take it.
My hot take is not plus 500, it's plus 290, but given the controversy around it, I wanted to reiterate it because I didn't get to talk about it earlier. I've got the Broncos winning the AFC West. The odds are plus 290, which I realistically thought would be a lot higher. I was kind of surprised.
Well, this is the thing about odds, is odds are not just what does Vegas think the percentage chance this is going to happen. Odds, ultimately, are reflected on what the people think.
Right.
And the people, for whatever reason, think the Broncos are going to win the AFC West, which cue the last 10 years of AFC West champions graphic.
It's the Chiefs.
If you don't mind.
All the way down.
Oh, yeah. So this is in my opinion, this is a people-related pick, because if they gave even better odds, more money would be bet on it. And if for some reason Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL and the Broncos won the division, Vegas would lose a lot of money. So this is more Vegas-related than I think actual percentage chance for the Broncos to win the division.
Yeah.
But continue.
I like everything they're returning on defense. Patrick Surtain. I like what they've got on offense in Bo Nix and Jerry Jeudy, and then also some of the younger wide receivers I hope to develop that will develop. I also expect, I know this, we've talked about this, the Chiefs were 12-0 in one-possession games. I do think they will be in less one-possession games, but if they find themselves in 8 one-possession games and then lose half of those, because you would expect that in one-possession games you're going to finish around 500.
Not with Patrick Mahomes.
That's fair, but if that were to happen, you've got 4 losses. I think that I've got them finishing tied with the Chiefs for first place, and then the Chiefs win the tiebreaker, but I think that I'm expecting the Broncos to have a good season this year and the Chiefs to take a step back from last year as far as record-wise goes. Offensively, they should still be productive, but I don't think that the record they put up last year is sustainable.
Yeah, plus 290 is just a hair over 25% odds chance. But I don't think the Broncos win the division 1 out of 4 times. I think would be even less likely than that.
I think that's fair.
But I don't mind that it's a hot take.